1. Carmen Cusack and Nik lead Bull Durham musical at Paper Mill Playhouse. 2. Carmen Cusack stars in Bull Durham musical, behind the scenes and more. 3. Bull Durham musical, Carmen Cusack, Nik and more star at Paper Mill Playhouse. 1. Carmen Cusack and Nik lead Bull Durham musical at Paper Mill Playhouse. Get ready for a grand slam of theatre. The beloved baseball rom-com Bull Durham is stepping up to the plate as a musical, and it's already generating major buzz. But here's where it gets interesting. This isn't just another adaptation, it's a Broadway-bound production with serious star power and a creative dream team. Leading the lineup at New Jersey's prestigious Paper Mill Playhouse are Broadway heavyweights Carmen Cusack, remember her stunning Tony-nominated turn-in bright star, as Annie Savoy, and Nik you love him in Hamilton and Ain't Too Proud, as Crash Davis. Fun fact, these two aren't new to this ballgame. They previously knocked it out of the park playing these exact roles during the show's developmental run in Durham, North Carolina. That prior chemistry could be a game-changer. Mark your calendars, previews swing into action October 2nd, with the official opening night pitch on October 12th. You have until November 2nd to catch this limited engagement before it potentially heads to the big leagues. Now, for those unfamiliar with this home run story, at its heart, it's a romantic comedy set against the dusty backdrop of minor league baseball. Veteran catcher Crash Davis gets tapped to mentor a wild rookie pitcher nicknamed Nuke LaLoosh. But here's the curveball. Annie Savoy, the team's enigmatic muse, enters a romantic triangle with both players. Imagine trying to choose between worldly experience and raw talent. This musical adaptation stays true to its roots, with original filmmaker Ron Shelton writing the book and songwriter Susan Werner crafting the tunes. The roster boasts incredible depth beyond the leads. Will Savory steps up as the hot-headed rookie Nuke LaLoosh, while the dugout includes standouts like James Moy as team manager Skip, Ashlyn Maddox as Millie, and Nick Wyman as Uncle Roy. The powerhouse ensemble features talents like Jacob Burns, Diana Huey, and Carson Hampton Palmer among others. And this is the part most people miss. Behind the scenes, an all-star creative team is calling the shots. Director Marc Bruni, Beautiful, the Carole King musical, and choreographer Joshua Bergasse, On the Town, are steering this ship, supported by visionaries like scenic wizard Derek McLean and costume designer Alejo Vietti. The musical collaboration is equally impressive, with Vadim Fechner as music supervisor and orchestrations by August Eriksmoen. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Some purists question whether a film so steeped in baseball realism can translate effectively to the musical stage. Does adding song and dance risk undermining the story's gritty charm? And with this being a reworked version since its 2014 debut, will changes resonate or alienate longtime fans? What's your take? Are you excited to see this beloved film reborn as a musical spectacle, or do you think some stories belong on the silver screen? Sound off in the comments. We're dying to know where you stand on this theatrical curveball. 2. Carmen Cusack stars in Bull Durham musical, behind the scenes and more. Big changes are coming to the stage and screen, and you won't want to miss these headline-making stories. Some are bound to spark debate. Here's a fresh look at the most talked-about news in theater, from much-anticipated musical returns to thought-provoking moves in accessibility, plus a Marvel twist that might split opinions. Ready? Let's dive in. Carmen Cusack and Nik lead Bull Durham musical at Paper Mill, but should Broadway be worried? Something special is brewing at Paper Mill Playhouse this fall. The beloved baseball romance Bull Durham is getting a dynamic new staging, boasting Tony nominee Carmen Cusack as the wise and sultry Annie Savoy, alongside Nik as the sharp-tongued Crash Davis. Their chemistry isn't just fiction. These two were audiences earlier in 2024 playing the same leads in Theatre Raleigh's run, and fans are already buzzing about their reunion. With direction from Marc Bruni, known for his glitzy Great Gatsby adaptation, The curtain rises October 2nd through November 2nd in Melbourne, New Jersey. Here's the kicker, word is this show's been circling Broadway for over 10 years. The musical draws from Ron Shelton's original screenplay and features music by Susan Werner, offering a rare blend of old-school wit and modern sound. The cast also features Will Saveries as fireball pitcher Nuke LaLoosh, plus Ashland Maddox, James Moy, Joe Osher, and Nick Wyman rounding things out. Tickets go on sale August 4th via papermill.org, mark your calendar. Here's where opinions may clash. Do regional tryouts strengthen a musical's shot at Broadway, or does this long journey signal creative hesitation? Sound off below. Stars of Real Women Have Curves sign albums, but is the show's legacy sealed? Fans of Real Women Have Curves, the musical, rejoice. On July 31st at 3 p.m., the cast is gathering at the Drama Bookshop for a special CD signing of their newly released cast album, courtesy of Ghostlight Records. Broadway favorites like Tatiana Cordoba, Florencia Cuenca, Aline Mayer-Goisha, Mauricio Mendoza, plus composer Benjamin Velez, will be there in person. With a digital release already out and the full CD, including a souvenir 28-page booklet filled with lyrics and photos, hitting shelves July 25th, this event offers a rare chance to support live theatre even after the show's close at the James Earl Jones Theatre. Here's the twist most people ignore: album pre-order and a reserved ticket, get yours online, are necessary for entry, adding a bit of exclusivity. Does an album signing cement a musical's impact, or is it more nostalgia for shows that struggle to stay open? Let us know your take. Deaf Broadway's ASL waitress, elite toward true inclusion or just a trend? Here comes a game changer. Deaf Broadway will put on a free American Sign Language interpretation of Waitress, the musical at Lincoln Center's Damrosch Park, July 23rd at 8 p.m. It's part of the Summer for the City Festival. The entire cast will deliver their performance in ASL, timed to the original Broadway album, and English captions will keep everyone on the same page. Under the direction of Sandra May Frank, Deaf Broadway already wowed audiences with ASL renditions of Rent, Once on This Island, and Company, a mission born out of the pandemic's push for greater access and representation. If you want to learn more, all details are on lincolncenter.org. Here's what's sure to stir conversation: is the proliferation of ASL performances a true commitment to inclusivity, or just a current craze to gain progressive credentials? Drop your thoughts below. Erin Moe rejoins the MCU in Wonder Man, fan excitement or Marvel fatigue? Marvel fans, take note. It's official, two-time Tony nominee Erin Moe is returning to the Marvel Cinematic Universe as Agent Cleary, this time on the highly anticipated Disney Plus series Wonder Man, coming this December. Moe's character factors into the Department of Damage Control and previously appeared in titles like Spider-Man, No Way Home and Ms. Marvel. While many recognize Moe from screen-stealing roles, remember Stewie from Succession, theater buffs know him from Tony-nominated turns in Bengal Tiger at the Baghdad Zoo and A Doll's House with Jessica Chastain. Here's where it could get controversial. Are Marvel's recasting choices breathing new life into comic book TV, or is fatigue setting in? Should Broadway actors keep crossing into blockbusters, or does it pull talent away from the stage? We are eager to hear your views. Jack O'Brien's Notes with Jack podcast, will his insight inspire or divide? 6 Tony Awards, dozens of hit productions, and now a microphone. Jack O'Brien, yes, that Jack O'Brien, is launching a weekly podcast called Notes with Jack, debuting July 16th. Alongside screenwriter Alan Fox, O'Brien uses each episode to reflect on defining moments in his legendary career before digging into candid conversations about creativity, mentorship, and theatre making. Expect inside stories from ghosts at Lincoln Center to Shuck in London. And as O'Brien gears up for a new tour of The Sound of Music at the Kennedy Center starting September 9th, you'll get the freshest behind-the-scenes takes. Catch the show on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or at noteswithjack.com. This is the part most people miss. Does hearing from legends like O'Brien help democratize theatre knowledge, or does it risk giving us only an insider's perspective? What do you think? Will you tune in? Now is your turn. What stories in theatre and entertainment make you cheer, raise an eyebrow, or want to join the debate? Should Broadway keep revisiting beloved classics or give new voices a bigger stage? Leave your hot takes below. Let's keep the discussion going. 3. Bull Durham Musical, Carmen Cusack, Nik Walker, and more star at Paper Mill Playhouse. Carmen Cusack, Nik Walker, and more will star in Bull Durham at Paper Mill Playhouse, marking the first production of their 2025 to 2026 season. The musical opens on Thursday, October 2nd, with performances running through Sunday, November 2nd. Directed by Marc Bruni, The Great Gatsby, and choreographed by Joshua Bergasse, Smash, Bull Durham brings the 1988 film to the stage, blending comedy, drama, and romance as passion, ambition, and baseball collide. The cast includes two-time Tony Award winner Carmen Cusack, bright star, as Annie Savoy, Nik Walker, Hamilton, as Crash Davis, Joel Osher, Nollywood Dreams, as Larry, Ashland Maddox, Parade, as Millie, James Moy, Tootsie, as Skip, Andrew Poston, Almost Famous, as Jimmy, Will Saveris, Frozen National Tour, as Nuke LaLoosh, and Nick Wyman, Catch Me If You Can, as Uncle Roy. The ensemble features a stellar lineup, including Mike Berger, Ali Barone, Trey Booker, Jacob Burns, Daniel DiPinto, Benny Elech, Diana Huey, Ashton Lambert, Brian Shimasuke Leibson, Jesse Little, Carson Hampton Palmer, Valentina Shelton, Jake Tramiel, Dory Weimer, Matt Wierczynski, Casey Wortham, and Blake Selesniker. Bull Durham is adapted by Ron Shelton, Academy Award-nominated screenwriter/director, with music and lyrics by Susan Werner. The creative team includes Vadim Fechner, music supervision, August Eriksson, orchestrations, Derek McLean, scenic design, Alejo Vietti, costume design, Corey Patek, lighting design, Haley Patcher, sound design, Liz Prince, hair/wig/makeup, Eric Woodall, casting, and Rocio Mendez, fight/intimacy direction. Vocal arrangements are by Jason DeBort, Tim Weil, and Vadim Fechner, dance arrangements by Jason DeBort and Sam Davis. The stage manager is Matthew Lacey. The musical premiered at the Alliance Theatre in 2014 and was later produced at Theatre Raleigh in 2024. But here's where it gets controversial. While the musical's adaptation of the 1988 film is widely praised for its fidelity to the source material, some critics argue it sacrifices humor for sentimentality. Meanwhile, fans debate whether the romantic subplot feels forced or if the balance between comedy and drama is too tight. As the production begins, audiences will wonder, will the heartwarming tale of mentorship and love resonate, or will the clash of personalities overshadow the story? Let's dive into the details and see how this iconic tale comes alive on stage.